All right, folks, we are joined by Niagara River Lions sharpshooter, Jahvon Henry Blair. Jahvon, how you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you for having me.
I have to ask you, this is like the first question I have, because everybody calls you Juggy. Why do people call you Juggy? Where does the nickname come from?
So I got the nickname Juggy from a basketball camp years ago. Like I want to say I was like 10, 11.
Okay.
And I was trying to juggle these basketballs, and it kept bouncing on my head, bouncing off my head, on my head. So then one of the coaches there was calling me Jughead. So originally it was Jughead.
Gotcha.
But I guess Juggy was short form, and I guess it just sounds cooler.
It caught. Yeah.
So everyone since then just calls me Juggy. I don't even think that coach knows how impactful he's made that, because like everybody calls me Juggy now. I don't think he knows how crazy it is.
Do your parents still call you Jahvon, or do they say?
My mom calls me Jahvon. My mom doesn't. She's not really a fan of the Juggies, to be honest.
Fair.
But she's kind of getting used to it now, obviously.
It kind of matches, because obviously your first name Jay, Juggy, kind of it suits.
So,
it works.
So that's how I got it.
That's awesome. Okay, man, you've had an incredible season this year, and it feels like you've got into rhythm more as a shooter, as a scorer. It feels like you just are more comfortable. What do you attribute that to, having so much success that you've had so far this year?
That's easy. My coaches and my teammates, they give me the OD confidence. Coach Vic installs that in all of us, and I feel like when I'm out there, I don't have really any pressure, any worries. So I just go out there, play free, play within our system, and everything's working out great right now. So
I said you were a sharpshooter. That's kind of even underselling it, honestly. You're a marksman. Like, you are able to knock it down from wherever. It feels like, even when we're watching it from the sidelines, when you get in rhythm, it's incredible to watch, because it feels like anything can go in. When you're in that rhythm in a game, how does that feel to you? Does the net feel this big? Like, what's the vibes when you're in that?
I guess you could say that, yeah. I really focus on my technique and making sure I hit my first shot or two, and then I feel like once I do that, like I feel like it gets a lot easier.
Right.
But
it is a rhythm thing then.
For sure, it definitely is. Seeing that first shot go in, for the whole game now, it feels like the next shot's gonna be easier,
right,
and stuff like that. So yeah, just sticking with that, and it's working out great right now.
Talk to me about your experience with the G League. Kind of going to a couple of different teams, saw the Westchester Knicks, but also, had experience with the Raptors 905. Going through the G League experience, what did you gain from that you brought over to the CBL?
It was tough, honestly. It was tough. Everyone's opportunity and chance is different.
Absolutely.
I definitely appreciate them for having me for both teams, but bringing that over here, just the mindset of always staying ready and always being grateful for every opportunity. Here I have a bigger role here, and I felt like I could have helped the Westchester Knicks or the 905 Raptors, but they welcomed me with open arms on their team, and here it's just a blessing to be able to do what I can here for this team, and they accept me for who I am, and like I said, I keep falling back to it. Everything's falling in place and it's working out perfectly.
That's incredible. It feels like a lot of basketball is about figuring out what role you have to play for a certain team, right? For this team, like you said, you have a bigger role with Niagara. For the G League, it was about figuring out what you could contribute there. In Europe, it might be a different role.
Absolutely.
How much of it is okay, I have to do this for my specific team, when it comes to adjusting to a new environment?
For sure. Basketball is more of a mental game than physical, obviously. So even on my France team, once I get there, my role could be different, but I have to stay ready for that, and I have to be ready. That's why I'm always in the gym, working on my stuff, working on my craft, watching film, talking to my coaches, because you never know, things could change, and I have to be ready to adapt. So as a basketball player, you have to be ready for anything.
How much of that do you get from Georgetown and playing in Georgetown and Patrick Ewing? And
he was really on that. Coach Pat installed that in me, honestly. He was like, you have to learn how to adapt. Obviously in Georgetown I had a bigger role,
Of course.
I appreciate him for that too, but moving on, things could be different. So he always told me, like, you have to stay ready and be ready, but you have to make sure your game's always sharp.
Yeah.
So I always, you know, take that from him.
Do you know the
think
meme?
about
Is
I
that
was
a
there.
bad shot?
I
Oh,
was
you were
there.
there.
I was on the team. He
Okay.
wasn't talking to me, but I was there.
Okay,
I was
break it
there.
down for me in that moment then. Talk to me
So
about
it was my freshman year, actually.
Okay.
That was our first Big East road game.
Yeah.
And one of my teammates, I'm not gonna say his name, one of my teammates was, he shot a Kobe Bryant turnaround fadeaway over like 3 people.
Right.
And then the timeout came, and Coach Pat was like, why did you shoot that shot? Did you work on that shot? And he really said, yes, I work on that shot.
Oh, really?
He's
So
like,
we
when?
didn't get the response. We just saw.
Oh, yeah, you guys just saw Coach Pat, but he actually answered back and said, yes, I do work on that shot. He's like, when? I've never seen you work on it. And then they were going back and I was just in the back, freshman me. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like what's going on?
That's
right now?
incredible.
But that's a classic.
I'm
for sure.
so glad that
Yeah.
you were there for that because
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that regardless.
Okay,
But
yeah.
the fact that you experienced it on hand, that's perfect.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Look, man, so from all of the basketball experiences that you've had, there's also what's in front of you guys in Niagara, first in the East, right? Looking to secure that. I think there is expectations, right or wrong, of a championship this year.
For sure.
How has that been in the locker room, knowing that the goal at the end is to win a chip?
Yeah, the goal for sure, obviously, is to get that championship. Obviously, for me personally, I don't really want to jump straight to championship. We still got 3 more games and a playoff game, so we have to focus on that. But everyone knows the main goal, since for the last 2 years we've been cut short in the Final Four. So we've been taking things a little bit more personal and trying to get this job done, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I was talking to Khalil Ahmad earlier, and he said he feels like this team is different because it's so much more deep. He can rely on other guys like yourself, like Kimball, like other guys to lean on when it comes to the scoring department, when it comes to the leading department. Do you feel that way about this current group?
Absolutely. This is definitely a different team. It's a unique team, and it's a way deeper team.
Right.
So like you were saying, Leo don't have to do everything now. He can, take a little breather, and we can help him out, and so on and so on. But yeah, it's definitely been a unique season, and
Experience.
we're looking forward to what's coming up next.
And can you still juggle? Like, I know you
Can
said,
I still juggle?
Yeah,
I actually try sometimes.
Okay,
but I'm not the
did you
greatest.
learn? Okay,
I'm
I'm not gonna make you do it.
Please don't.
I got you.
Still haven't learned yet.
Okay, I got you, Jahvon. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all for having me. Thank
Of course.
you. Thank you.
Cool.